And now to the best fans in the world, to the Sacramento Kings. I just want to talk a little bit about God's grace. I want to talk about the fact that God has to lead you, and you're not always supposed to know where you're going or how good it's going to be when you come out on the other side. It's just about trusting Him, trusting God, trusting the process. Sacramento, my faith will forever be strong because God gave me you. Jay Will, what's up, baby? Vlade, Peja, Bibby, Bobby Jack, Doug Christie, Sign Lady, Jeff Petrie, Coach Adelman. Thank you for just bringing that style to our game. Erica Bjork, thank you for allowing my charities to do so well and to work with the communities. And thank you for keeping me connected to the Sacramento community.
Well, that was super emotional for me, and that was probably one of the most powerful speeches I've ever heard in my life. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, Chris Webber has been inducted to the Hall of Fame class of 2021. Well-deserved, Chris. Congratulations on being inducted to the Hall of Fame class with some of the greatest to ever play the game of basketball. Chris Webber, I can't thank you enough, man. You made my childhood rock. Growing up as a kid, watching you were one of the reasons why I got into Sacramento Kings basketball. And man, that's just super emotional right there, guys. That was a super powerful speech by Webb. I would just say we are grateful for you. You put us on the basketball map. And for that, we are grateful and we are very thankful. So thank you, Chris Webber, for your time. What is going on, Sacktown? It is Sacktown Pete back at it again. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Happy Monday to everybody. We want to talk about Chris Webber over the weekend and how he was inducted to the Hall of Fame class of 2021. Webber was a 5-time NBA All-Selection. He was a 5-time NBA All-Star. He was drafted by the Golden State Warriors in 1993, 1994. Went on to win the Rookie of the Year that year with the Warriors. And a couple fallings out with the team's organization and the head coach and with the Warriors roster. So they decided to part ways with them. And he was back in 1998-99. He led the league in rebounds that year. And overall, just his whole career, just resume speaks for himself. Because the moment he got to Sacramento, he elevated. He had some of probably his best stint in his career with the Sacramento Kings. And boy, what a time it was seeing Webber in the Kings uniform, man. Definitely was great to have him be a part of the Sacramento Kings. It's like the cultural shift, the whole franchise dynamics back then when they traded for Chris Webber changed big time. Chris Webber was the leader of the Sacramento Kings, leading them to becoming the ultimate powerhouse where we would take over other teams' arenas just to come out and see Chris Webber, Jason Williams, and that duo was so fun to watch, man. Webber, throughout his career, he actually averaged 20 points a game, almost over 9 boards a game as well. In 15 seasons, he spent it with the Warriors, the Wizards, the Kings, and then the 76ers and the Pistons towards the end of his career. And then he's a NCAA. He actually was twice in the NCAA championship game back in 1992 and 1993 with the Fab Five from the Michigan Wolverines. So, with that being said, man, I really did enjoy Webber's time here. I can just remember, like, when we traded for him first, how people were in Sacramento were excited for it. And, you know, with that powerful speech that he just gave us, it's like he didn't want to come here at first. You know, flying over Sacramento, about to land in Sacramento, you know, he saw the farms, he saw the cows. He's like, you know, I don't want to be here. He got all emotional on the plane. So, but, you know, just trust God, man. You got to trust God. You got to lead. You got to just take have his trust in him and see where it goes. And that's what he did. And then when he got here, he's like, all right, you know what? This is great. I have Jason Williams. I have Vlade Divac. You know, I got Doug Christie. I got Mike Bibby. I got Bobby Jackson. I got Peja Stojakovic. And then the rest is history, guys. Chris Webber also led the Sacramento Kings to their best season in franchise history. That was back in 2001-2002, which the Kings went on to win a franchise high 61 wins and 21 losses. That year, they went all the way to the Western Conference Finals, and they lost to the Los Angeles Lakers in overtime of that Game 7 in Arco Arena. And then the rest was history. Because unfortunately, the following year after that, in 2002, 2003, Webb comes back. They are playing the Dallas Mavericks in the playoffs, and he unfortunately gets hurt, blows his knee out, and then the Sacramento Kings championship window was closed from there on out. So try to make it work, try to give it a go after he came back from his injury for a couple years, a couple seasons, and it just was a downhill of the championship window that was potentially had the potential to win multiple championships if he didn't get hurt. But unfortunately, the turns tide and the championship window was closed, and it's very heartbreaking because that team led by Weber, that 61-21 Sacramento Kings team, that team should have won multiple championships, not only that year, but for multiple years if his injury did not occur the next season after that. So very unfortunate to see that, man. But growing up, I'm not gonna lie, I mean, I still think about this day what coulda, shoulda, woulda, just knowing that the Sacramento Kings were that really good back then, and 20 plus years later now, with the current state of the team is right now, I wanna take it back to those days. I definitely do want to see this team get back to where they once were with the during the Weber era, and I'm very confident. I think that this new era of Sacramento Kings basketball will get there during the Weber era. And with that being said, man, just a lot of great memories of Chris Webber. I've had multiple Chris Webber jerseys growing up as a kid, and I currently have a Chris Webber jersey, which I'm debating if I should frame it, put it up in the man cave. But I still rep Webber. I still rep the OG Sacramento Kings jerseys back from the day. So I still usually wear it here and there, but I am definitely debating about if I should frame it, or maybe just buy another one and get that one framed just to honor Chris Webber's great legacy that he had here with the Sacramento Kings. And also, I wanted to mention Rick Adelman too. Rick Adelman and Yolanda Griffin, they were also inducted to the Hall of Fame. Yolanda Griffin, if you guys didn't know, she was a big part, a focal point of the Sacramento Monarchs that won the championship in Sacramento for WNBA women's basketball. And it was great to see her get her flowers to her and definitely get honored for her great legacy that she had in the WNBA and for the city of Sacramento and the Sacramento Monarchs. And Coach Adelman, man, greatest Sacramento Kings coach in the era of Sacramento. Just during his tenure, during his time here with the Sacramento Kings, he was leading this team to its golden era of the organization. Year in, year out, playing, competing for the playoffs, competing for championships, and it was just very unfortunate that we couldn't get a championship during Rick Adelman's era as a head coach. But definitely exciting. Definitely excited for Rick Adelman as well. He definitely deserves it. He's a couple highlights for him was, he was a two-time NBA Finals coach with the Portland Trailblazers. He actually coached the All-Star game 3 times during his tenure with the Kings. And he overall right now is the 9th winningest coach in NBA history. So such an accomplishment, man. It's definitely a great moment to realize Sacramento in the basketball roots. And it was just a great weekend for Sacramento Kings fans and overall just the city of Sacramento to have these 3 inducted into the Hall of Fame. I'm talking about Yolanda Griffin for what she did, to Coach Adelman, and to Chris Macy Webber, because Chris Macy Webber was the face of the franchise during his whole tenure here with the organization. So with that being said, guys, let me know what your guys' thoughts are on Webb's, Adelman, and Yolanda Griffin's Hall of Fame. It's about time. I'm actually excited. It's been long overdue, and it's finally about time that these 3 get what they deserve, and that is to get their recognition for what they did for the game of basketball and the city of Sacramento. So I'm excited for all of them to finally get their moment in the spotlight, and they deserve it because, like I said, they meant a lot to the city. They meant a lot to their organizations, and the Weber's speech, man, it really touched me, man. Just what he said. It means a lot to me, and I'm sure it means a lot to all the OG throwback Kings fans because if there wasn't no Weber, our growing up as Kings basketball, we don't know how it how it would be. And we were definitely fortunate to see the Sacramento Kings at its all-time high in its organization with the Chris Webber, with the Rick Adelman, and speaking for the Monarchs too, with the Yolanda Griffin, who got the job done and they won a championship and they brought that back to the city of Sacramento. So, man, Webb, I love you, man. Thank you so much from my heart, making my childhood rock, and for putting the city of Sacramento on the map during your tenure here with the Sacramento Kings organization. So that's going to do it for me for today's video, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I will catch you guys in my next video. You guys take care. God bless. Keep pushing forward, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Peace.